a spectral film that came and went, in its elusive way gave vent in some unreal words which meant, I think therefore I am. That phantaz only thought it thought, a vain conception crudely wrought, an egotistic sham. Which brings us up against the fact by Chunder's attestation back there is no substance, thought, nor act, nothing exists but Brahm. This quaint contraption here below is not a magic shadow show where phantom figures come and go, as held by old Khayyam. A show has time and space enough, but here we only have such stuff as dreams are made of mental fluff and visionary flam, throughout the universal scheme. Be sure things tear not what they seem. To quote a well-known psalm, they're only whimsies of a dream, a transient dream of Brahm. All through the cycles of the past at which notation stands aghast he has subsisted, first and last, lone, functionless and calm. Nothing extraneous can obtrude upon his Sabbath quietude, or discompose his tranquil mood, for nothing is but Brahm. The past and present here unite beneath time's flowing tide, to cite a bard of Uncle Sam. For time stretched out in eons dim to apprehension's very rim, is insignificant to him, a bagatelle to Brahm. For once in his negation deep, he somehow chanced to drop asleep, and through that 40 wings there ran a flitting dream. So time began he dreamed this stellar lens of ours, which mocks at telescopic powers innumerable suns sublime, at furious speed yet keeping time, and so remote that to the eye, they look like fixtures in the sky. But that's a trifle. Round about a million light-years further out, the wisps of nebula portend sidereal schemes without an end, and this is no poetic flight nor idiotic blatherskite, nor what is termed a cram. However vast these plans may seem, they're only figments of a dream, a trifling dream of Brahm. He dreamed our system's fiery gas condensing into solid mass, and during several billion years, evolving planetary spheres. But take this globe, alone, to prove how things have moved or seem to move. He dreamed some pulpy form of life, mutation slow, and savage strife, with nature's forces all in play, and Darwin's system underway, while bits of hide and tufts of hair for countless centuries filled the air, and only those were left alive whose fitness caused them to survive. Monsters that lived in gulfs of slime with names that balk and baffle rhyme, prodigious sloths, whose daily food was half a ton of leaves and wood, grim saurians of terrific strength, a quarter of a mile in length, unsightly bats, with 12-foot wings, and endless tribes of fierce things cull down, in point of fact, so fit that they should thrive in Sheol's pit and breathe its exhalations thick, holding their own with ancient Nick. And so, while ocean bottoms rose to stand a while as high plateaus and mountains sank beneath the main, to rise time after time again, and rocks were formed, and strata rent and polar ice caps came and went, and geological ages passed, each an improvement on the last, and on the wrinkled crust of earth more decent forms of life had birth. Man was evolved a product queer, a breed that it would pay to shear, and which it might be safe to say, has reached a higher stage today since restless generations gone have passed a few ideas on. But, bear in mind, this human race diverse in color, smell, and face. These offshoots from the simian stem, the sons of Japheth and of Shem, the progeny of Ham, with mongrel races that infest the isles and mainlands, east and west, from Chile to Siam, are less than ripples in a stream. They're only ripples on a dream, namely the dream of Brahm. Even that race, divine in erst, which for its virtues has been cursed and booted into 7 times 7 by every nation under heaven, the seed of Abraham, and those brave lions in their den, each one a much for aliens 10, with fist or rifle, bat or pen, I mean God's modest Englishman, whose very fog is balm. These are less tangible withal than shadowy rabbits on the wall. Nothing exists but Brahm. Our swarming brethren of the north, whatever you may judge them worth, Sling Muck and Sugu Ram, are phantoids like yourself and me, though differing somewhat in degree. Nothing exists but Brahm. That fat man, dining at his club, on costly wet and sumptuous grub, the pilgrims in the roadside pub, the washerwoman at her tub, and Jackie in his native scrub, on bandicoot and yam, are momentary sports of thought that flicker out and come to naught in this brief dream of Brahm. Illusion in the very air, if such an envelope were there, and things that seem to claim your care, your wife, with her untidy hair, and grandma, in her easy chair, and baby in the pram, are all a visionary crew, which fact need never worry you, for you're an apparition too. Nothing exists but Brahm. But flies are in the ointment sweet, and jumpers in the cheese we eat, and maggots in the treacherous meat, and mildew on the jam. That is to say, we might complain of many a kink in things mundane, of barbarisms that still remain, for instance sport imposing pain, monarchical loyalty inane, the gnats at which the wowsers strain, the camels that they entertain, sectarian bigotry insane. The ruthless quest of sordid gain, a sad, perennial stream of bane, which only in a sense profane we're competent to damn. The feckless poet's cult of grog, the idle bummer's cadge for prog, the stern official's odious cog, the flunkey's meek salaam, such provocations, daily met, and grounds of meddlesome regret, shall find their panacea yet, with rattling promptitude you bet, in this same dream of Brahm. Unquestionably, no one knows the likely period of his doze, but this we know, that when he wakes we vanish in a brace of shakes, without dismay or qualm. The earth, the sun, and every star shall vanish like the freaks they are, the corn and oil, the flower and grass, the fig and vine, shall simply pass, the eucalypt and palm, the microbe small, the ponderous whale, the greyhound swift, the tardy snail, the lion and the lamb, the sand and granite, quartz and schist, shall vanish like a so-called mist which the fictitious sun has kissed. Of course they never did exist, nothing exists but Brahm.